Vice Mayor Varela, Vice Mayor Varela, Commissioner Marshall, Mr. Chairman, members of the Planning Board. There are numerous issues relevant regarding this plan, which, frankly, in my opinion, would preclude it from receiving preliminary or final approval this evening. In fact, I don't believe that this plan should have been deemed complete for the presentation. I make that comment because of the following reasons. Our engineer, himself tonight, indicated that there are numerous issues on the table regarding traffic circulation, possible overpass, possible ramp off 55, possible road behind the shopping center, behind Lakeside School. There are a lot of possibilities on the table dealing with traffic. Reverend Myers eloquently, and he used the same statistics that I was about to present tonight. So rather than give you the same numbers again, I'll just add my emphasis on what he has already given you. The fact of the matter is, we're putting too much traffic in too small an area. I'm going to take it a step further. As all of you know, and I think we have to look at this more globally than we are in a microcosm. Not only do we have the shopping center and the fact that it's not even full yet to deal with, we would have the traffic generated by these homes to deal with. We now have, according to Mr. Durst, the developer of the shopping center, the possibility of another 8 or 9 hotels that would be constructed on 31 acres on Bluebird Lane. That's additional traffic, the number of which nobody's even made that calculation. Now, once we've established and accepted the fact that Union Lake Boulevard is already over capacity, that the 4,000 or 5,700 anticipated trips per day are going to push it over the edge, we haven't even talked about what traffic may be dumped on Sharp Street. And that's simply a 2-lane road, a 2-lane county road, which if the swap of land goes through, we have a new road constructed adjoining Sharp Street, and if only half of the 57 cars per day ended up on Sharp Street, we're going to have gridlock. As it stands now, I personally, and I'm sure that many of the people here can vouch for it, have seen Sharp Street backed up to Harrison Avenue in the afternoon, given the amount of traffic being generated by Lakeside School. Don't misunderstand me or put words in my mouth. I'm not against Lakeside School. Not against any schools. Education is the future of the country. But the fact of the matter is, the traffic issue is untenable as it is today. We're only going to make it that much worse. And given the fact that we have so many questions relative to the traffic circulation to the roadway, what if this road, what if that road, what if the other road, we don't have a complete plan. And how we can make a decision on this proposal, this project, not knowing how vehicles are going to get into, out of, and circulate around this area in general, I have no clue. Now, just one option that has not been mentioned tonight is you already have a road that's running next to Dr. Blumenthal's, next to Genesis. I don't know why we can't use that as the road back off of Sharp Street into this new development, rather than build a new one and require a swap of land to begin with. To me, I don't understand why that option didn't even make it to the table. But it seems to me that that would be another item that should be on the table and should be considered. Enough about traffic. Now, I mentioned that we need to look at this globally, and it seems like the whole community has been suffering from what I would term developmental anxiety. We seem to have an obsession the last few years with development here, development there, development everywhere. But we're not looking at the big picture. And I would would hope that you ladies and gentlemen would stand up to the plate and recognize that we need to not only consider each one of these developments as they come before you, but we need to provide the services to serve these people that are going to live here. By that I mean, let's look at a couple of things. Let's talk about fire protection. We have 44.5 square miles, 28,000 people. We have one fire station. Vineland is 60 square miles, and they have 6 or 7 fire stations. I submit to you that the response time in Vineland would be substantially better than it is in Millville as a result of that. That has to be considered. The same goes for EMS, Emergency Medical Service. Vineland has 4 stations, we have 1. I'm not being critical of the fire department, I'm not being critical of the rescue squad. But we need additional locations in order to reduce the response time. Water supply. I don't need to tell you that every summer you pick up the newspaper and you read where in North Jersey you read about water shortages and water rationing and things of that nature. We draw our water from the Cohansey Aquifer. You know that. I know that. I have no clue what the capacity of the Cohansey Aquifer is. Do you? But before we start approving all of these developments, which are going to draw from the Cohansey Aquifer, shouldn't we know just how much we can handle without having to run into water shortages? The same thing with our sewer facility. Our plant has a capacity of 5 million gallons per day. We are at 3.5 million gallons per day at the present time. We are, the City Commission just passed a bond issue of $800 and some thousand to their credit to examine the expansion of the sewer utility in order to handle the anticipated increased effluent. This is all adding cost to all of us, and as a result of these developments. And can we afford it? Can we provide these facilities? I don't know. This facility, I understand, is going to add 498 children to the school system, or 468, something in that neighborhood. Again, where are they going to go? Now, I'll grant you it's not going to be built all in 1 year. But are you aware that we have nearly 500 students in the high school that are from sending districts? Maybe we should tell the sending districts that we need the space for our kids. And that's one of the reasons we need a new high school. That would free up a lot of seats in the high school. Now, it takes some time. And Vice Mayor Rose nodding his head. You were on the board, I was on the board, and I said the same thing when I was there. I don't know if you did too. But that's 500 seats. I don't know how many kids are in the trailers out there, but I bet you it's less than 500. And if we took out 500, we might be able to eliminate them. So there are numerous issues here, numerous issues on every single project that is being brought before us that need to be taken into consideration. And I urge you to look at these things globally, and not just from the microcosm of the particular issue that's being brought forth at any particular time. And traffic is a huge problem here. And there were some changes in the ordinances, and there were some discussions which dealt with connections with Glenside and the Sunset. And a month ago, they seem to have been thrown out the window. And then, as a fallback, they suddenly came into the land swap and with a new road. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not move this too quickly. If we're going to do this, let's make sure we do it right, and not have to come back and revisit this later. Mr. Chairman, I would, if I may, I'd like to come back perhaps at a later time and speak on a couple of other topics. I don't want to take up too much time of the board at this particular time, because I know there's other people who wish to speak. Thank you very much for your time and consideration.